Welcome to your full moon, all signs, angel messages. I'm going to be doing a full spread, a Celtic cross spread for everybody watching now or later. And then I'm going to be doing all 12 signs. We're going to go over your career and finance message, your romance or relationship message, and your health and fitness message. This way you can really start to think about what you want to release with this full moon. So each one of the 12 signs will be affected in a different area of their life. And I'm going to chat about that a little bit when we get into the messages for all 12 signs. So first we'll start off with the Celtic cross and go into the messages there, and then we will be getting into all 12 signs. Good morning, April. Great to see you there. Let me know, everybody, as you're tuning in, where you're tuning in from. Even if you're watching this later on the recording, I love hearing all the different places that we're connecting from. As always, I do say a prayer of protection. Hey, April, if you can hear me okay, would you let me know? I'm wondering if my mic's a little low or maybe it's a little hot. I don't know. But I decided last minute to add these all 12 signs messages, and so I didn't get around to checking my mic level. Alrighty, so we're going to get started with these in just a moment here. Waiting for a couple people to hop on so I can get a little more room with these cards. Hope everybody is able to stay in divine flow in these holidays. Is anybody else feeling this full moon already? It actually apexes early tomorrow morning. That's why I wanted to do these messages now, because I wanted you to have plenty of time to listen to them and to use them to understand what would be in your highest interest to release. So grab your journal and get ready to write down anything that resonates with you. All righty. Good morning, Sandrine. Oh, good. Sound is good. Thank you so much. Alrighty, well, let's get started in with these messages. So like I said, first we're going to be doing an overall spread. We're going to be using the Celtic cross. And then we're going to go into all 12 signs, the area of your house that this full moon will most affect. But, you know, one of the things after doing this for many, many years, I find is it really valuable is to listen to all 12 signs, not just your sun, moon, and rising, because you have all 12 signs in your chart. So it might affect you in a different area, but the energy is still there. So let's say you have, like for me, example, I don't have anything in Aries, but that's my fourth house, which is ruled by the moon. And I'm a Cancer sun sign, which is ruled by the moon. So I get affected. My fourth house stuff gets affected when there are aspects, right? So first we're starting with this Celtic cross here. I've already shuffled these cards really well. I've said my prayer of protection, which if you'd like to see what that is, if you're new here, welcome. I do have my free prayer protection linked below. You can download it and keep it on your phone. It's wallpaper if you want, or you can just have it printed out and put it in your journal. But that way you always have it with you. Make sure everybody can see here. I'm going to move the comment section. I have to move these over a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. I'm playing around with different ways to do this so it brings you a lot of information. And I really, really, really love the Celtic cross before you break it down by all 12 signs, because I feel like it gives you kind of an overall idea of what's going on. You know, we always talk about the collective energy. There's a lot of people that are not paying attention to how this energy feels, but you're around these people, so it's affecting you as well, right? So I always say that prayer of protection while I'm shuffling my cards. And I ask that it be in the highest interest of all who come across them. I make a deal with the angels and how we not a deal, but, I say to them, like, this is how I'm going to be pulling the cards so that you can know. And, oops, excuse me. Sorry for that noise there. That was me dropping a deck of cards. Not the whole deck, just the box that they come in. Hey, Leah, good morning. You're just in time. We're just getting started. We're going to do the Celtic cross for the full moon, and then we're going to go into all 12 signs, relationships, finances, and health, just to give you a lot of information on what needs to be released with this full moon so we can make way for the new moon energy coming in a couple of weeks, which will be in Capricorn. So I'd like to encourage you to grab your journal, write down what resonates, listen to all 12 signs, but let's get started with this first intention here. And a quick reminder, I do have my full moon spread for free, the one that's specifically for all full moons, linked below if you're new here. That's totally free. You can grab that, and then you can go deeper on your own level if you have your own cards. Good morning, Perla. Good to see you. Blessings to you. All right, so in the heart of our spread, what do we have here? Getting started. Oh, see, I love this stuff so much. This card represents the question you're asking, and we're asking, what do we need to release with this full moon? And what's the very first card we get? This is where the angels acknowledge our question, so that it's another form of validation that, yes, we are connecting with our spiritual team. And so our first card is, what do we need to release? The end of a phase, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on from something. And we're going to get a lot of clarity on that. And for those of you who do work with the archangels, I work with Archangel Azrael all the time, especially when it comes to any kind of grief coming up or transformation. Archangel Azrael is very valuable at providing comfort and gentle transformation to ease your way through the grief. Now, around the holidays, we tend to have grief come up because of memories from the past, people that are no longer with us are on our mind. And so we may have grief coming up around this full moon as well. It's coming to the surface to be released, to be healed. And so Archangel Azrael will be a wonderful angel to work with if you find that coming up for you. Good morning, Kay from Dublin. Lovely. Great to see you here. Good morning, Cecilian Frodite. You're just in time. We're going to go to all 12 signs. We're going to make this a longer reading. I always share with you that I ask the angels for help with anything I need. And I did have an appointment this morning that my dad actually offered to take my daughter to. It's just a practice. So I have more time now to go into all 12 signs, which is just amazing because I was worried I wasn't going to have enough time to go as deep as I wanted to, and the angels cleared my schedule for me. So I thought that was amazing because I didn't even have to ask my dad. He just volunteered. So what are we going to be releasing? That is what we're talking about right here. The heart of our spread. Yes, if you are just joining with us, I'd love to hear where you're tuning in for. Just let me know how you're doing. Breath, body, and balance. Good morning. Yes, happy full moon. Are you already feeling it? I was feeling it last night. I dropped my stuff over here on the side earlier, but I was going to tell you exactly when it apexes. It actually apexes tomorrow morning at 3:01 a.m. Central. So that's 4:01 Eastern time. And so we're already feeling this full moon. We've been in it. And you're going to feel it all day long. That's why we're going to go deeper with these messages, because you're going to see it in the people around you. And like I said, you may have energy coming up for release. Excuse me while I get some coffee there to clear my throat. So now we're going to move on to kind of what might be a bit of a challenge for us. It's not always a challenge. It can be something that spurs us on to do something. And it's the Five of Fire. All right. Well, that is seen as a challenge card in a lot of ways, but we always have a solution coming through from it. Oh, Perla's in El Paso, another Texan. Yep, I'm near San Antonio. Thanks for being here. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So you may have already run into this. Like I said, we've been feeling this challenging energy. You might find more competing goals over the weekend. Now, competing goals can be a good thing. It could mean that you have healthy competition in your life with an area of your life. It could be that maybe you're, training for a marathon, or you're having to maneuver, like I had today is an example. I had the competing goals of wanting to be able to take my daughter to her lesson and be able to do a longer video with you guys, and it actually solved itself. But my point being that there may be things like that going on where you have several things you want to get done today, so it may not be with another person, but just be aware they're going to give us guidance on this, and be aware there may be something where you're just not everyone's seeing eye to eye. If it is some kind of creative thing, maybe party planning, planning a vacation, planning Christmas things, that always comes up with for a lot of people where, okay, whose house are we going to on what night for what meal? If you're mixing families, who's hosting? What are we bringing? Who's buying what gifts? But it can be anything. It doesn't have to be related to the holidays. So we'll get some clarity there. Breath Body Balance says, yes, journaled all morning yesterday and up at 2 a.m. for about 90 minutes looking at the sky. Oh, beautiful. Taking advantage of that. I love it. Oh, that's amazing. So my dreams were so vivid and long last night. In fact, there was a lot of water in my dreams. At different points, I was swimming in a lake. I was swimming in an ocean. It was just really, really fascinating. And with a full moon, the moon releases the tides, or affects the tides, right? And it also represents energy. So fascinating. Let me know if you all were having vivid dreams recently too. Now, in the root of our spread, we have the Two of Fire. Now, this often represents something that either maybe you haven't admitted outright to yourself, or it's a subconscious thing going on, but it says you've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. And what I'm getting for those of you watching now and later is this is actually somebody new coming in for you, or somebody who's recently come in for you. And we are going to go into relationships for all 12 signs. But this is somebody who, there's something really exciting. And sometimes this is a new spirit guide coming in for you, or a new angel that you're starting to work with. But for a lot of us, I'm getting this is an actual person where it's that you're being asked to really be authentic in these relationships, or maybe you finally feel like you can be authentic with this new person. So who was the first person that came to mind for you? And again, if nobody came to mind right away, it may be somebody who's about to come in. Sometimes this is something that's coming for you and you're unaware, and the angels just want to, cheer you on and say, hang in there because somebody's coming in for you. So think about who you might need help from, or what area of your life you could use a new partnership, but keep going. And I really hope that, you can trust this guidance here. And if it is a new guide or angel, that's so exciting too, because again, that's going to a deeper level with your connection. So write down all of that. Breath Body Balance says, I'm Sophia in Hobie Sound, Florida, just north of Jupiter on the East Coast. Wow, that's super cool. Super cool. Thank you for being here. So if you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, it really helps push this video out to others who can find it, and hit that subscribe button and share it with anybody. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now, this card usually represents the recent past, and this could be any time between now and the last full moon. Usually it's fairly recent, but you'll just notice like what has recently happened to you, and the angels will acknowledge it to give you some credit and remind you to give yourself credit. And it says Knight of Air, intelligent, decisive, idealistic. It says events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, creative solutions. So what recently happened for you in your life, the angels are giving you credit for finding those creative solutions. And I know what it is for me. We had a lot of unexpected health things come up last week within my family, and it was a lot of scheduling and calling on other people to help with things, and everything happened in divine flow. But it did take me calling in my angels to ask for help, and we did have to ask for a lot of help from a lot of people to make it all happen. But it did happen, and it did mean reviewing our options, getting creative, being willing to ask for help. That air sign is a card of communication. So we were asking for help from people we don't normally ask for help, just to get people places. And I was really honored to see the people who stepped up and did help. And I think people generally want to, but sometimes we as light workers don't want to ask for help. So I had to kind of step out of that independent vibe and say, oh, I can handle all of this on my own, and say, no, we need some other people here to get this done. So think about what that is for you, because this card usually represents something you just went through, or the angels are wanting to make sure you're acknowledging it, make sure you're giving yourself credit for the creative solutions you found. And it will all tie in a moment there. So right now, the time you're hearing this message, is the Crown card. So it's representing what's going on right now. And wow, you just can't make this stuff up. We're talking about a full moon, water energy, and we get King of Water. Trustworthy, compassionate, respected, cultured. Open your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy heart advice, charity work. So most likely this is energy that is something you are representing. You are the person that has that trustworthy advice for someone else that someone may need to rely on. But if you are feeling stuck in a situation, if you are feeling challenged by competing goals, then you may need to seek advice from a trustworthy friend, somebody older who's been through what you've been through. That can be really, really helpful. Even just a year or two older, who's already gone through some kind of life phase, maybe kids going off to school, or dealing with in-laws, or dealing with a boss that's, not hearing you. Maybe you're needing to seek advice about health concerns from somebody who's already been through something you're going through. So this card right here is reminding you that help is available, but also be open to people needing that guidance from you as well. And of course, we will get clarity in just a moment here, but this is a really amazing, powerful energy to, again, validate this full moon reading that we're getting here. They're talking about releasing things and then really stepping into your power, having command over your emotions, and really being compassionate with the way you handle things. If somebody's coming at you with a problem, like I said, this competing goals thing, I'm feeling like there is somebody that may be challenging you on something, and this is where you have the opportunity to rise above, take that 30,000 foot perspective, and review their motives. It could be that they're just not on the same track or trajectory as you, and they can't see the conflict they're causing. So that can be really beneficial as well. So let's keep going with some more clarity here, because we are going to get to all 12 signs. And this is the 9 of water. So this is coming up in the near future here. Your wishes coming true, concerns fading away, love of life. What a beautiful card to get for this full moon reading. Okay, another water card, which of course the moon represents a water sign, Cancer. We are having this full moon in Gemini. And like I said, I'm going to go through what house each sign is being affected. But just remember, there's always going to be this release of emotions, things rising to the surface. In fact, you can even see in this card, another validation of this full moon is this mermaid has risen to the surface. It's coming up for air. And that's a big thing that we're being asked to do. When I see this card, it feels like a sigh of relief, like, okay, we got through that. Everything's going to be fine. And this is coming up for you. So I hope you're planning some downtime over this weekend or the next few days, and especially out between now and the end of the year, where you have that opportunity to breathe, to have that sigh of relief. If you haven't already, check out my 2025 angel messages and energy update, because I go into all 12 signs for 2025, and I give you a keyword and a pocket affirmation to use all year. And this is reminding me that the Cancer keyword is breathe, but we're all getting that message right now to breathe. Allow yourself time to rest, allow yourself time to really step into the energy of this full moon. Any emotions that are coming up for you, allow them to release. And I am getting that for many of us, quiet time alone is going to be super valuable over the next couple of days. But like I said, I will get into those 12 signs. Good morning, Paul. Glad you're here. Oh, I'm grateful you saw the shows. Thank you. Yes, Chris Reck was on my channel this past Tuesday. Definitely check that out in case you missed it. We were talking about the next move for all 12 signs. It's really powerful. So again, check out all 12 signs, because we did it. All areas affect your chart. But if you're feeling stuck, or even if you just want to know what the guidance is on your next move, we went into big time detail for your next move for all 12 signs. Thank you for watching that. I appreciate it. All right, now we're going to go into your personal power with this guidance here. Oh my goodness. You just can't make this up with all these REs, release, renew. We have Mercury retrograde. It stations direct tomorrow. Yay. Let's all do a round of applause. Give me your favorite emoji in the comment section below if you are happy Mercury is stationing direct tomorrow. Ooh, I was actually thinking this retrograde season was going to be kind of an easier one. And after talking to a lot of you guys, talking to my colleagues and my own experiences, it was probably one of the more challenging retrograde seasons with Mercury I've had in a long time. So definitely give me an emoji in the comment section below. Let me know, how was Mercury retrograde for you? And are you celebrating the direct tomorrow? Which I believe, I don't know exactly. I dropped my journal again. The other one that I have the dates in it, but it's sometime tomorrow afternoon. I want to say, remember, Mercury will still be in shadow for a while, so we still want to take our time. We still want to work on releasing things, reorganizing things. Don't just rush out as soon as Mercury goes direct and book that big vacation. You still want to take your time. Good morning, Costa del Sol. Good to see you here. Oh, thank you for the emojis. I love it. Watching from New York, Gemini moon. Okay, great. We're going to get into all 12 signs here shortly. But I wanted to just remind you about the Mercury going direct tomorrow, because your personal power is continuing to review and evaluate, taking a favorable assessment of the facts, and it's time to move in a new direction. Okay, so this is really important here. Like I said, with Mercury still being in shadow for a while, we do have Mars retrograde right now. Just keep going at that slow pace, waiting for the right time to act. I just found out that yesterday that the family vacation we always take every summer to go visit family in New Jersey, we didn't get the house we wanted to rent for it. And I was a little relieved, another RE, because I thought, that house came to us as an option during the retrograde, and there's something that feels off about it. We weren't sure why. It was a beautiful house, but we just felt like maybe it wasn't in the right location or something. And I found out last night, my sister messaged us that it fell through. We weren't able to get it. And I said, well, you know what? I'm kind of relieved, because that was during a retrograde. I wasn't really sure that was the right one. But this could be anything in your life. So just plans you have for the holidays, plans you have in 2025, just keep taking your time. And let's go ahead and do a pocket affirmation. I easily review my options. Write that in the comment section below. I easily review my options, because we want to remember that that's our personal power, is when you review and evaluate everything that's coming forth for you. Oh, thank you for the emojis. I love the sunflowers, Perla. Yes, that's so cute. I love fun emojis like that. The thing I'm also getting with this card, for those of you watching, is this also has something to do with somebody who's tried to come back into your life recently. So really review and evaluate too. Have you had an ex come back from the past wanting to connect? Have you had dreams of somebody from the past that maybe you've thought about reaching out to them? This could be a friend from the past where you went your separate ways, and maybe they're back in town or they're in town for a little bit. Just really evaluate your actions with that. That's going to be your personal power here. Just understanding, why did that not work out? Those kinds of things. Good morning, Jess. Good to see you here. Yes, thank you for putting that in the comments, Teresa. I easily review my options. Yeah, Paul, I know Pennsylvania is not too far. We sometimes fly into Philadelphia when we go up. So we'll see. I trust the angels that if we're meant to go, we will. Thank you for writing that, Perla. So, okay, keep this in mind. This is your personal power with this full moon. It could even mean releasing plans that you have for tonight or tomorrow. Just take your time reviewing your options. Is it really necessary for you to get all those errands run and try to make that holiday party, whatever it is for you, right? You know what this is. I am getting that quiet time alone is going to be really beneficial though. So remember, we have this card up here at the present energy of really mastering our emotions, being compassionate, rising above. So we will get some clarification when we get to all 12 signs in just a moment here. Yes, thank you for writing that in there. Sicilian Aphrodite, dreamed about my ex last night, woke up in a panic. Oh, wow. Sicilian Aphrodite, see, that's again, that renewal. It may be time to release something from your past with your ex, right? I've had dreams like that. I can completely relate. Teresa says, Mark's still messing with autocorrect. Oh, that's funny. So now we're going to move into our external factors. So again, this is a situation where we need to either think about people around us who aren't really understanding how this energy affects us. It could also mean new people coming in. Remember, in the root of our spread, we do have a new partnership coming in for us. Like I said, it could be a new spirit guide. It could be an angel we've decided to start working with more closely, but this could be an actual person too. Okay. And you're being encouraged, but it feels like whoever this is, it's new. It's not somebody from your past. So likely if the person who first came to mind is somebody from your past, it's most likely that's not who they're talking about. But that doesn't mean it's not important to release things around that. And only you can really know. That's why I want you to make sure you're writing down in your journal, creating that evidence, everything that stands out for you. We have to have that power of hindsight by writing it down. So our external factors here are Queen of Earth. Ooh, this is a really, really good card. Thoughtful, creative, warm, sensitive. Make time for those around you, take a sensible approach, deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. Well, isn't that familiar? It says even here to make time for those around you, trustworthy advice. You know, I love this card for external factors. This is the energy you want to feel in your home, with the people you're around, with the people you connect with. Is it somebody who does make time for those around you, this new person coming in? It doesn't have to be a female energy, it can be a male energy. But when we have this conflict card here, this passionate, fiery energy of conflict for others, we want to seek an environment where we get to feel thoughtful and creative. So I am getting, again, that some quiet time alone to deal with challenges is going to really help you master that. And again, that personal power coming from reviewing and evaluating all of your options. It's not just this option or that option, it's all your options. So we want to be looking for third, fourth, and fifth options, finding creative solutions, reviewing our options, and then of course, making sure that whatever option that is, it's something that really helps us step into that power of being creative, warm, and feeling safe, because this is an earth card. So this is that, creature comfort card, like life's little luxuries, all those amazing things that can come in for you when you really focus on the energy of that earth, that creative, warm energy. So I love this card. If you've been invited to do something today, or if you have plans to do something that you will not allow you to feel warm and creative and have that time to just release, that might be something you want to change your plans with. You might want to go ahead and release that obligation, even if it's an obligation you put on yourself. Alrighty, let's keep going because we're going to get to all 12 signs here. All right, so this is the Hope or Fear card. This is another powerful affirmation or validation of what we're getting. It says, take time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So what were we getting all this entire reading? If you take that time to rest, if you take that time to go within, spend quiet time alone, do some extra journaling with this full moon, that's really going to benefit you. So this is a really powerful reminder here, because when we get to the outcome card here for this full moon, we see the Two of Air. Again, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. So if we don't take this time to rest, we're going to be stuck in this stalemate energy. If we do take the time to rest, if we do spend that time reviewing and evaluating, maybe even calling up that trustworthy friend, seeking advice, going to our spiritual team for help, then we will be able to face a problem. So I really like this as an outcome. We're going to get to all 12 signs in those 3 areas of your life I always want you to think about: your health and fitness, your career and finance, and your relationships, not just romantic, because you're going to get some clarification when we get to that. But ultimately, if there's the big takeaways from this spread for all of you watching now and later, take a lot of time to rest and go within for this full moon. Ask for creative solutions. Ask your spiritual team. Ask your higher self. And if you rest and you empower yourself by reviewing all your options, you will be able to face this decision in a better way. And you have time to do this, like I said, because the full moon doesn't apex until early tomorrow morning. And we still have Mercury retrograde until the end of tomorrow. So take the time you need. Slow down, get out that journal, write all the pros and cons of all your decisions. Ask for creative solutions you hadn't even thought of. That's another thing I'll ask the angels for is I'll say, show me an option I haven't considered. And all of a sudden, a commercial will come on the TV, or a friend will call me up and mention something, or, my husband will walk in the room and tell me some news article that gives me an idea, right? So stay open to that, because that's another thing that comes through with this King of Water card, is being open to the trustworthy advice that just is right in front of you. Sometimes you're standing in line for coffee or at the grocery store and somebody behind you or in front of you says something and you have that aha moment. So take that time to write those things down. Teresa says, even cleaning the horse stalls is in easy mode. Oh yes, I was the same way back in the day. Back in college, I had a job cleaning stalls, and I just put on my Walkman. Am I aging myself? I don't know what it was called back then. My Discman. And clean stalls, get lost in the energy of the horses. I completely agree. So definitely that counts. I love it, Teresa. Beautiful. All right, so this is our spread here for all energy. Now we're going to go into all 12 signs, and we're going to, again, I want to encourage you to listen to all of them, because you are affected by all 12 signs in all areas of your chart. And we'll just go in order to make it easy. I have done some heavy shuffling with these cards here. Just to give full credit, this was the Angel Tarot deck by Radley Valentine. I really, really love this deck, as you know. And then we're going to be using this Archangel Raphael deck for health and fitness. We're going to be using this Fairy deck for career and finance. And we're going to be using these romance deck, or what is it called? Angel, I don't know what it's called. Something about romance. But it's also it's a relationship deck. It's about any relationship in your life. So you're going to want to think of whoever comes to mind first when we talk about this card too. It may not be romantic. It could be a grandchild, child, parent, boss, anything for you. So that's the order we're going to go through. Just a disclaimer, when we talk about health and fitness, I am not a healthcare professional. I am not a doctor. So if anything comes up for you, definitely seek that professional advice. But usually this is more, when we get to these messages, we're talking about our daily routine, things we can do to add healthier energy or add faith in divine healing, things like that. So we're going to go through all 12 signs. So let's get started with the Aries. So for the Aries, this full moon is happening in your third house, which is communications, siblings, neighbors, short distance travel. Do you have any trips planned this weekend for just going across town, going out and doing some shopping, things like that? These are things that you're going to feel a lot of energy around. It may even come up unexpectedly. All of a sudden you're being asked to, take that little hour drive out of town. Oh, it's 8:33 my time. Angel number. If you haven't already check out my angel number series. I have many, many videos on angel numbers that can also help you throughout this energy. Today, if you're seeing a lot of repeating numbers, bring that into this reading 100%. So Aries, and then all of you who do follow astrology and you know your chart, think about Aries energy, where it is in your chart. As we go through these messages. So I always tell everybody that the three areas of your life that are the angels always want us to seek balance, because it kind of covers everything, right? Is health and fitness, career and finance, and relationships, not just romantic. We don't want to put all of our attention into our work and let our health and relationships suffer. We don't want to put all of our attention to our relationships and ignore our finances and our health, right? So bringing balance into all those areas as you listen to these messages. Know that if something stands out for you, even if it's not your sun, moon, or rising sign, it still really is for you. That's the beauty of doing angel messages, is it doesn't really matter. It's just sometimes bringing in the astrology and the house can give you just a little bit more clarity to help you identify it. All right, so getting into Aries for health and fitness, we have laughter is the best medicine. And this prayer, there's a little prayer here. I won't go into that, but I love this energy because what's coming up for me when I see this beautiful card, even for Aries with this fiery energy around the halo, what I'm getting for this is I know Aries tend to be very serious about their work, about their communication, about travel, and getting out there and getting things done. So since this is in your third house, you might have overbooked your schedule this week with trying to get things done, getting errands done, going to people's houses, visiting. Allow yourself time to laugh and have fun and just enjoy the process. It may mean putting on that hilarious podcast while you're driving around town or getting tasks done. Maybe it is spending time with siblings or neighbors, enjoying something funny, but this is going to help your health overall, your fitness overall. Do something fun where you really get to enjoy it. If you are needing to improve your exercise routine, do something that is really, really fun for you, or maybe do it with others where you can get out and enjoy it, right? One of those fun runs is coming to mind for me. So keep that in mind, Aries, for your health and fitness. And with this full moon, what are you doing right now that you don't enjoy? It doesn't allow you to laugh, especially regarding your health and fitness. So check into that, write that down in your book of evidence. It's going to be really good information to reflect back on with the new moon and the full moon coming up. All right. Now for the Aries, when we get into your, this is involving your career and finance. Get some exercise. What were we just talking about here? This is so funny. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. All right. So getting outdoors, getting out there and doing things is going to benefit your career and finances. This is going to help you feel clear. This is going to help you feel confident. So you just can't make this stuff up, Aries. Get out there and do something in your community. Go for a walk with a neighbor, with a friend. Really take advantage of this full moon energy to release some pent up energy, and that's going to benefit your career and finances. I love that. Teresa says, I always recommend the Carol Burnett scene about the elephant in circus. Hilarious. Oh, I'll have to go check that out. I love Carol Burnett. But yeah, I completely agree. We need to get out there, especially with, if you have sun, moon, or rising in Aries, but wherever that is in your chart, that is the third house for Aries sun sign. And that's going to be affecting, getting out there and communicating, doing something fun. All right. So Aries, your relationships here. What did I do with the crystal there? There we go. This is, Bumblebee Jasper. This is fluorite, and this is, oh my goodness, it totally just left me. It'll come back to me in a minute, but it's the one that's good for relationships. Somebody out there knows what this is. I cannot believe that just went out of my brain. It'll come back later. All right, so Aries, for relationships, we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So in case you're joining a little late, go back at the end of this video and check out the Celtic cross we did to start, because all of us have somebody new coming into our life, and you're going to want to look for that chemistry. Now, when we look for chemistry in relationships, it doesn't just mean romantic partners. It could be that person that you just feel like you know each other, even though you just met, or you just easily have those laughter moments together. You laugh easily together. You feel like you can be authentic. So these new relationships coming in for you, Aries, look for that chemistry. But also keep in mind balance. If it is especially romance, but it can even be new friends or new colleagues. If it's really, really intense, it can cause you to miss some red flags there, or maybe not hear the other person when they're trying to tell you something about themselves, which might not be a good fit, where people tell you who they are in the beginning of a relationship. If you're so caught up in the chemistry, you might miss it, and it might be something that causes a challenge later. So just take your time. We have that energy of review and evaluate with this Celtic cross earlier. So look for the chemistry. Find that chemistry, Aries, in all your relationships, having fun, looking for that laughter out there, but review and evaluate, take your time. So awesome energy there for Aries. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus, this full moon, this is of course Taurus suns, full moon is in your second house of self-worth and finances. So really, really positive energy here as well. Let's go into your health and fitness, Taurus. We have Oh, wow. Sobriety. So this energy came up a lot for your 2025 readings, Taurus. Definitely go check out your keyword and pocket affirmation, where I go into a lot deeper detail for 2025. And sobriety doesn't just necessarily mean just not drinking alcohol or something, right? It means being very clear and grounded and making sure you're only doing things that are life affirming. This comes from your mind too. We might have the best eating habits and the best drinking habits and the best, health routine out there, but our mind gets us worried. Our mind allows us to go into self-sabotage or anxiety, doubt, fear. We want to get clear. We want to sober up from those emotions, and really be clear for our health and fitness. So again, checking in with your, health and fitness routine is what we're doing, looking for those life affirming things. Now, with a full moon, this does often affect our digestion. And so be thoughtful about what you're consuming. All of us need to be, but especially Tauruses. And since this is also in your second house of self-worth, you're going to want to consume things, and when I say consume, not just eating, but what are you watching on TV? What are you listening to? What conversations are you having? Whatever you're consuming, you're going to want to do it in a way that's very makes you feel worthy, makes you feel good and positive and uplifting. So that's going to be super important, is that you're surrounding yourself with that energy where you feel worthy. If you're around people or environments that make you feel less than, get out of there. Go get clear. That's going to be really helpful. For Taurus and their career and finance, the energy we are getting is, using those affirmations. See, this is why I need to be able to do these longer readings, because it's just validation after validation. You cannot make this stuff up. We were literally just talking about self-worth and surrounding yourself with positive thoughts. So affirmations are going to be super helpful for the Taurus energy, wherever that is in your chart. But for the sun sign, it is your second house. And so actually, I'm going to ask all of you watching now to write in the comment section below, I am worthy, because all of you are worthy of having this healthy lifestyle, the relationships you want, the security you want. So all of us right now, write I am worthy in the pocket affirmations. And of course, I have a gazillion affirmations for you in the 2025 video if you want some more. But surround yourself with that energy. That's really going to help you with your career and finances. Remembering you are worthy of that success in that area of your life. You're worthy of having that environment. And I know Taurus is, you need your creature comforts. You need your home and your food that makes you feel comfortable. So trust that you are worthy. And if you're around anything that doesn't make you feel worthy, get out of there. Turn off that TV show. Do what you need to do to remove yourself from that energy and affirm you are worthy. Thank you, April. Thank you, Leah, for writing that below. I love it. Let's go into your relationships for Taurus. Again, it's not just romantic, but it could be. So whoever comes to mind first. Thank you, Costa del Sol. So pretty. Make the effort. Ooh, Taurus. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. All right. Who was the first person that came to mind for you? They're asking you to put the effort in there. Okay, Tauruses. And you guys are steadfast. You will do that. Once you decide you love somebody, again, child, parent, loved one, whoever, right? But make that effort. Make that effort. Reach out to that person. Have you called your mom lately? Have you called your dad lately? Maybe if they're close by, you can take them for some coffee or a quick lunch. But also, with your romantic efforts, if you are looking to call in a romantic partner or even take your current romantic relationship to the next level, make the effort, Tauruses. We do have to put that energy in there, activate that giving and receiving cycle. You are worthy of love. Make the effort. Ooh, I get so excited for Tauruses seeing that card. Great job. Yeah, let me know how you all, what all that it hits you in what areas of your life. But I am definitely telling you that is a great reading, Tauruses. So make sure you're taking that inner time, that time alone that we're all being asked to take. Alrighty, we're moving on to the Geminis. Geminis, this is happening in your first house because it's a full moon in Gemini. And now it's 8:44, another angel number. Oh, April says my dad is flying in today, so I'll be taking them to dinner tonight. Well, there you go. You are making the effort. I love it, April. And yeah, use all those affirmations. That's amazing. I hope you have an amazing time. So Gemini's first house, right? This is your body, your physicality, who you are. This is, your rising sign. This is, so check in with your rising sign if you know your chart, but it is happening for Taurus sun signs in your first house. And so you're going to want to really think about yourself, your body. This is where we incarnate. It's the physicality, right? Like when we come into our body. So let's look at your health and fitness for Geminis for this full moon. Caffeine free. Okay. So when I see this card, it doesn't necessarily mean caffeine. It's, you have to like let the messages come through. This is just an extension of me. For some of you, it may mean time to back off the caffeine. So did that come to mind for you? Sometimes we don't even realize how much caffeine we're consuming. So maybe just starting to track it. But similar to what the Tauruses had when they had the sobriety card, when I see this card, it shows me that there's something that is making you feel jumpy, anxious, worry. You're not feeling grounded. You're not feeling at peace. And because this full moon is happening in your first house, you really want to check in with your body. And is there anything that's going on right now that's making you feel jittery or anxious, like you have to rush around and do things? Now with Geminis too, this could be your thought process. Do you keep going back and forth between options, weighing your options and not being able to make a decision? Remember, again, if you missed it, we have this Celtic cross. Definitely go back and look at it. Well, we are being asked to make a decision, right? We don't want to pretend there's not an issue. But if you keep going back and forth between two options, that's going to make you feel jumpy. So for Geminis, with your health and fitness, what is going on for you right now that is making you feel jumpy and jittery, like you've had too much caffeine? All right. It could also be too much sugar. It could also be too many things on your to-do list. You've overcommitted. So definitely consider your what you could take off your schedule or what you could take out of your health routine to help you ground. And with this full moon, you may want to release those things and ask for help. It'd be really helpful to do that. And we'll get some more clarification as we go into your other areas, which the next area for Geminis is the career and finance. All right, here we go. Admit your true feelings to yourself. All right. So because this is in your first house, this really could have to do with anything in your life right now, but also definitely your career and finance. Is there something that you are working on that you just don't enjoy, or you feel like it's not your best work? It's not really the direction you want to go. What I see with a lot of light workers is we feel really called to do something as a light worker. And the deeper we get into it, the more we realize it doesn't really feel authentic, or there's something that just, it isn't working. It's not flowing. Maybe you're feeling bored with it. Admit that to yourself. That's going to be a big thing to do with this full moon, is admit how you really feel, especially regarding your work and your finances, but also look at all three areas, because that's what a full moon is asking you to do, is release those feelings. And it may take some heart-to-heart conversations with those around you. If you've committed to a project or to a vacation or to something for the holidays that you're not feeling right about. Maybe it's making you feel insecure. Maybe it is making you feel like you've had too much caffeine because you're concerned about it. All right. It's too much pressure. So definitely write down whatever resonates for you, and let's go into your relationships. Again, this is always romantic and others, so whatever comes to mind first. We have playfulness. Okay, so Aries had the laughter card, similar. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Get out there and play. That's going to be so valuable. And again, this doesn't have to be with a romantic partner. It could be with a child or grandchild or friend, but you're getting out there and having fun, being playful. If it is a romantic partnership, what's something the two of you could go do together that's fun, that's playtime? Be big kids, get out there and have fun. Go do something for the holidays that makes you really feel like a kid again. My husband and I, we try make a point of playing games a lot together, just the two of us, to kind of unwind from our day. Can you start bringing something into your daily routine with this person that adds a little more playfulness? But definitely over this full moon, go out there and have some fun. If it isn't somebody that's already in your life, it very likely will be you getting out there and doing something playful that brings in that person, right? I always think about the fact that the angels always say, if you want to call in that romantic partner or even like a new group of friends that you really get to have fun with, you got to go do the things you would want to do with those people. If you enjoy playing tennis or pickleball, get out there and join a local league. If you enjoy, gardening, go join a local gardening club. Be playful. And this is going to help you with bringing in these new partnerships. And again, make sure you check out that Celtic cross spread where we were talking about new relationships if you're coming in a little late. Rewind to that at the end of this because there's a lot of information around relationships for all of us. So that's going to be really great for Gemini's playfulness there. All right, let's move on to the Cancers. For the Cancers, this full moon is actually happening in your 12th house as a Cancer sun sign, which is, of course, dreams, it's illusions, it's intuition, it's, some people say, hidden enemies, prison, those kinds of things, but we're focused on things we want to release. However, knowing that the 12th house can be one of the most difficult houses, we may have, as Cancers or that area of your chart where Cancers, you may have a lot of anxiety come up. You might have things coming up from the past, but they are being brought to the surface to release. So let's get into what these things are for the Cancer sun signs. And again, remembering anything to do with the 12th house is probably going to come up for release during this full moon. So for Cancers with the health and fitness, we have increased energy. I love this. Okay. So for health and fitness for Cancer sun signs and any area of your chart where you have Cancer, you want to do the things for your health and fitness that increase your energy. Now, it's funny how Geminis had caffeine free, right? Because I'm a Cancer sun sign. I love getting up and having my cup of coffee first thing in the morning. Give me that little boost. But is that the thing that really increases my energy? Absolutely not. No, that's not a real increase of energy. But there are things that do increase my energy: going for walks, taking my supplements, taking that time for a power nap when I've had too much going on. So really, really focusing on things that will increase your energy. Look at your schedule, especially over this full moon. Have you overcommitted? Can you release some of the commitments or things on your to-do list so you can rest and increase your energy? So really making sure you're not getting worn down, Cancers, during this full moon. So powerful guidance for me as well, right? As a Cancer sun sign. But again, I encourage you to look at all areas of your chart. If you know your chart, you can get it for free on astro.com. All you need is your birth day, birth location, and birth time. And you can get your free chart there and you can see what area of your chart each of these signs are in. Moving on to career and finance for the Cancers, we have debt paid off. Wow. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Okay, so maybe this is paying off a loan. Maybe this is letting go of some kind of financial obligation. Maybe this is you returning the favor of something. Somebody's done something for you regarding your career and finances, and now you're reciprocating that and getting that paid off. That karmic debt paid off, right? This could have to do with any area of your life, but anytime you are reciprocating something, that's going to be really helpful there. So what's the first thing that came to mind for you? Is there something that you could release from a financial burden? Go ahead and pay off that last bit of your car payment or put a little more money towards a payment that you have out there. And again, it could be something to do with some kind of trade-off, activating that giving and receiving cycle. Maybe somebody did something for you, so you're doing something in return. And that really just benefits everybody. All ships rise with the tide. So think about that for you, especially regarding your career and finances. This is going to be really powerful with this full moon. And spend some time getting creative about that, right? That's going to really benefit you. And also another message that just came through, we're being asked to just release any burdens, right? So are there financial obligations that are too much of a burden? And maybe we need to use this full moon energy to let go of those things, okay? We want to feel free and light. We don't want to feel stuck in that energy. So moving on to relationships for the Cancers. All righty, we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. Okay, so this could be good or bad, but for a lot of the Cancers out there, I am finding that maybe you're in a relationship with somebody and the children are demanding a lot of your attention, their children or your children or both of your children, and it is affecting the romance there. It could also be that there is a relationship with a child in your life that could benefit from healing, letting your emotions come to the surface, or maybe your children just need you on a bigger level. Remember, they do feel this full moon energy big time. Go ask any teacher or nurse at the hospital about full moons, and especially children, but all people. But I have so many friends that are teachers, and they always know when it's a full moon because the kids are usually bouncing off the wall or highly emotional. So yes, think about where in your life children might be affecting your relationships, or it's a relationship with a child that would benefit from healing, from facing an issue. Have you had some hard conversations with a child or grandchild and it's time to face the issues there? We were getting in the Celtic cross, if you missed it, go back and watch where they talked about competing goals. Maybe you are having competing goals with your kids. They have things they want to do and you have things you want to do. Or again, just the same thing. It could be with a romantic partner where your children are needing you, but your romantic partner is wanting your attention. So find out how you can release things with this full moon and create win-win situations. That's going to really help you get through any hard times. And sometimes it's just a phase of your life you're in. Maybe your kids are going through something that really needs your attention. Either they're real young or they're getting ready to graduate or they're getting married, and it's taking a lot of your attention away from your other relationships. So owning that as an issue is going to be super helpful when it comes to understanding where you could benefit in your relationships, especially with this full moon. So that was for the Cancers. Good morning, Casglow. Good to see you here. Oh, we just missed, yes, happy full moon in Gemini. I thought you were saying Gemini. Where we are moving on to the Leos. We did a huge Celtic cross spread you'll want to check out for sure. And then we're going to all 12 signs. And for Leos, this full moon is happening in your 11th house. This is your public reputation, social networks. So, people around you. In fact, this energy is quite beneficial for getting out there and being around other people or getting online and connecting that way, like we're all doing here. And so, sometimes we were getting a lot of guidance about going within, spending quiet time alone. Excuse me. It may be beneficial for Leos, though, to have a little more, time with others with this energy, with it being the 11th, or just taking that time to connect, reach out, send messages. So, Leo rising there. Yep. Okay. Thank you, Casco. She says she's definitely gonna go back for the replay. I appreciate it. All right. So 11th house for Leo. So think about that area of your life. Of course, you can look to see where you have Leo in your chart if it's not a sun, moon, or rising. But for Leo sun signs, it's your 11th house. So we're talking about public reputation and social networking. So for your health and fitness, see, this is why I love doing multi-deck readings too. Relationships. What did I just say about 11th house, social networking, people you surround yourself with, right? The groups you're associated with, your relationships. So your health and fitness is going to benefit from focusing on your relationships, focusing on bringing more love, more healing in there. So Leos, have you been working too hard and it's affected your relationships, or you haven't been making the time to grow your relationships? Or have you been too focused on your health? Something's been going on with your health and fitness. Making time for your relationships is going to benefit your overall health. And it could also be that maybe you are struggling in a relationship and it's affecting your health. So have you had conflict with a romantic partner, parent, child, somebody that it's affecting your health? bringing better health to that, or even possibly releasing some of those relationships that are affecting your health, is going to benefit you. So you'll know what that is for you, and we'll go into your relationship guidance in a moment. But I do love this validation here of this full moon happening in your 11th house and you getting this card. Now, that's not the only house of relationships. It's more about bigger groups, right? But you have to have relationships to build a social network, to build a reputation. So there is something there that's going to really benefit you by bringing better health. It'll benefit your overall health. So for Leos in your career and finance. Oh, Leah says Mars retrograded on my 6th degree Leo Mars. Oh, wow. In your 3rd house. Okay. So yeah, you're feeling it. I know, right? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this Mars retrograde is an intense one for sure. And it's going to be here for a while. So better to learn how to work with it than try to fight it, right? All right. For Leos in your career and finance, we have the spiritual teacher card. Your life purpose involves teaching others about healing and spirituality. So is that something you've considered doing? And this is where I like to remind all of you that you can be a light worker and still do your normal day job as a teacher, as an accountant, as a construction worker. You can bring your light into that work, and you can be a spiritual teacher or mentor to those around you without having a business card that says it, without hanging a shingle, right? But I know a lot of you already know you're light workers. That's why you're here. So Leos, you're going to really benefit from owning that energy. Maybe you haven't been willing to really admit to yourself that this is what your heart really wants. Or maybe you just need to kick it up a notch with this full moon and really start sharing your spiritual knowledge with others. Again, with a full moon release, it could be a release of information. Maybe you are revealing with this full moon to those around you, hey, I'm a light worker. I do this stuff. Like if you need me to give you a reading, if you need me to teach a yoga class, if you need me to walk through these teachings with you, I'm here to do it. So something with your ability to teach regarding spiritual wisdom or healing, maybe you're a Reiki master, it's time to open up those time slots to offer Reiki sessions. You can even do online sessions. That's going to really benefit you guys, Leos. So whatever came to mind there, definitely write it down in your book of evidence, because when we have this new moon coming up, we're going to want to go back and look at these messages and see what's coming in for us. That powerful gift of hindsight only comes from actually tracking it, creating that evidence that you are getting this guidance. Moving into romance and relationships for Leos, we have calling in your soulmate. Okay, well, you just can't make this stuff up, guys. I know I've said that like 5 times already, but that's why I like doing these multi-decks. So for Leos, we already said your health is going to benefit from improving your relationships, and you're being asked to call in a soulmate. Now, what's a soulmate? I have a video on this on my YouTube channel. And the thing about soulmates is it's not just romantic partners. But if you are looking for a romantic partner, it's really important that you intentionally call this person in. And we had for the Tauruses, their relationship card was make the effort. Similar to this. This means being very intentional about making the effort to call in your soulmate. Now, again, soulmates are not just romantic partners. It's children, it's pets, it's colleagues that you create something amazing with. And so maybe you're calling in the group of people you're meant to work with. Since this is your 11th house, you're calling in your audience, you're calling in the organization you're going to be a part of as a spiritual teacher. But make that effort to call them in. Use this full moon to do that. And one of the things that's going to benefit Leos is to review your current relationships and where they might be holding you back. Okay. And those might be the relationships you release with this full moon so that you can make space to call in this soulmate. One of the things that angels always tell me when somebody comes to me for a reading about romance, they're like, I want to find my soulmate. I want to find my forever partner, right? Usually the angels will bring up some ex from their past that they're still holding on to, or unrequited love, where somebody is still kind of holding the door open for somebody to come in that has already made it clear they're not interested. So you want to make sure that this soulmate is equally giving to the relationship in the way that you are. If they're just giving you breadcrumbs, that's not your soulmate, okay? So I felt really called to say that for somebody watching now or later. Just really trust that you need to have that equal give and exchange to know if this is a soulmate. Unless, of course, it's your puppy dog or kitty cat, right? They just give unconditional love. I love them so much. Yeah, some of you may be getting, finding new animals coming into your life with this full moon over the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye open for that. I just was called to say that for somebody out there. There might be an adoption in your future of an animal. Alrighty. So thank you for your patience with all that. Let's move on to Virgos. Virgos, okay, this energy is happening in your 10th house of career and finance. And of course, we're going to go into career and finance here, but it's also your legacy. So even if you're retired, but it's whatever you're leaving behind in the world, right, is going to be a big area. So you're going to be reviewing those things with this full moon. We're still in the retrograde energy, so reviewing and definitely, considering that for yourself. What do I want my legacy to be? What do I want to leave behind? Where do I see myself in the worldwide stage? And when I look back 10 years from now, what do I want to have accomplished? This is going to be a big review time for that for you, Virgos. And let's go ahead and check in with the energy for your health and fitness, Virgos. Oh my goodness, perfect for Virgos. Ask your body for a message. So I've said this many times before. I love my Virgos. I feel like you guys get picked on sometimes. Oh, Costa del Sol's a Virgo. Because you are so meticulous. You are so in tune with your body. And your body will give you a message for sure. So when it comes to your health and fitness, if you're not sure why you're feeling a certain way, stop with this full moon energy and really let your body give you the answer. And you know what? I am just getting, again, like, was it the Tauruses, that there's something around this full moon that you want to check in for what you're consuming. Yeah. And it's really for all of us. Like I said, full moons affect our digestion, just like the full moon affects the ocean tides. Our body is made largely of water. So of course this full moon affects our body as well. But if there's something else going on for you, definitely check in with your body. Virgos, for your health and fitness, maybe your current fitness routine is too much of a strain. You need to try something new, or maybe you're needing to get out there and move a little differently, do new things. But I'm also getting for Virgos, this is not just your health and fitness. They're actually, when we get to these other areas of your life, you're going to be getting messages about career and finance in your 10th house, and you're going to get messages about relationships from your body. Okay, so keep that in mind as we get into what those guidance are. Costa del Sol says, yes, my body lets me know of many things. I have no doubt. My daughter's a Virgo, my youngest, and my mom's a Virgo. So I see that with them all the time. And I really trust it. But it can be something that gets in the way too, where if we're ignoring a feeling, then we make ourselves sick, right? Virgos have a tendency to, if they suppress an emotion or they don't address an issue, it manifests into a physical thing. So yeah, just getting out and going for that leisurely walk, Costa del Sol, that would be great. That can really benefit you. So especially with your 10th house stuff. So here we have your career and finance. And again, this full moon is in your 10th house, so really powerful there. And it says sun. Your sun is watched over and protected as he explores the world. Now, I know I'm hearing some of you say, well, I don't have a son, or my son's all grown, and why are we talking about my son, or anything like that. What this really means is that idea of legacy, okay? So when I see, traditionally in old cultures, what the legacy, the inheritance was passed down through the son. So this doesn't mean literally having a son. Now, for some of you, this could actually be that maybe you're going to start a business with your son, or maybe working with, people's kids is going to be part of your career and your legacy. But I am getting, for most of us, again, it's that what is your legacy that you're addressing with this full moon? So that's why it's really important not to take these cards really literally, because when you pull in the other angel messages and you pull in the guidance around each sign and where this is happening in this, what area of your chart, then I would definitely consider that it's something you want to focus on. That's what are you leaving behind, right? Or what are you looking back on 10 years from now? Oh, you do have a son. Well, beautiful. So definitely meant for you. But yeah, it's just really, truly, maybe there's something involving your son that could benefit your career and finance, or maybe there's a strain there. So definitely keep that in mind. Maybe it's time to release habits around spending, things like that. Veronica says, Virgo here, so I've been thinking a lot about my career. Yep, Veronica, good job. Well, this energy is really supporting you, and you are being asked, with your career, what do you want to be remembered by? Not to be doom and gloom about it, but it's like, when you retire, what do you want people to say about the work you've been doing, and have that feeling like, wow, I really did something that I am proud of. Costa del Sol is a teacher. Okay, so you're working with kids a lot too. Wow, that's amazing. So you're just sharing your light worker abilities constantly with the children around you, and really consider ways that you can bring in that playful approach for your career and finance. So let's get to your relationships, Virgos. Anybody identified this crystal for me yet? It still hasn't come back into my mind. As soon as somebody says it, I'm going to be like, I can't believe. I want to say it starts with an R. It's not rhododendrite or whatever. No, I don't know. I know it's good for romance though. That's why I use it with this deck. Veronica says, yes, exactly. I know, right? Well, so there's so much powerful energy for you here. All right. For Virgos, there's a new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This could be a son that's on the way for some of you. It could be a grandson on the way. This could be an actual new romantic love, and this person has a son. There's a lot of new love coming in for Virgos. So this is a beautiful energy here. But the key to keep in mind is, because this is in your 10th house, it could be a new love for your career and finance. It could be a new project, something you're giving birth to. Another energy that you might consider is the idea of giving birth to a new project in your career and finance, and that brings in this new love. Sometimes you take on a new project or take on a new collaboration, and that's where you meet your new love. And all of us have new relationships coming in. So again, a reminder, if you joined late, please go check out the overall energy spread we did for this full moon with the Celtic cross, because so much around relationships, so much around competing goals, and really needing to review all of our options before we commit. So I love this card for the Virgos. Let me know what is going on with you guys. When we do our new moon reading, I've decided to just make this a habit every full moon and new moon to go live. It won't always be the same day, because I'm going to want to do it close to the energy. So you have time to do the journaling, tracking, putting evidence in there that you're getting this guidance. Veronica says, I have a passion project I've decided to work an hour a day on. Oh, that's beautiful, Veronica. I love that. And going into this 2025 energy, you have so much support on that. So much support. So keep us posted on how you're doing. That's super exciting. Yeah, it's that new love. If you just can't wait to work on it, you get up and you're like, when am I going to finally have time to do that? Make the time, because that's your guide saying the time is now. And definitely check out those 2025 angel messages with all the guidance around each of these areas of your life for the whole year. If you're just joining, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button, sharing this video with anybody, it really helps this video reach others, and I really, really appreciate it. We are moving on to the Libras. Libras, this full moon is happening in your 9th house. All right, so spiritual teachings, long distance travel, knowledge, spiritual knowledge. So going back to school, maybe studying things, being an apprentice, like there's all kinds of energy here for the Libras. The Libra energy for 2025 was, wow, it was intense. Definitely check out your 2025 messages, but it was for all of you. But I was really surprised with some of the stuff for Libras. I do have some lovely Libras in my life. So I listen to all 12 signs whenever I'm listening to another person, or even when I'm doing it for myself. I think of those people in my life, and I think of ways that I can support them. So, yeah, Veronica says, I am an Aries, Sun, Sag rising, and Moon Gemini, 10th house, Virgo, Taurus, 5th house. So it's all making sense. Good, Veronica. Great job connecting the dots. See, that's the beauty of it, is we're piecing all of this together to make a big picture that helps us understand what we're releasing and what we're calling in. Because whatever we release now is making room for what we're going to bring in with the new moon and the new year. Oh, quick little announcement here. Chris Reck and I have decided to do a New Year's Eve reading. Now, we're morning people, so it's actually be at 10 a.m. Central again. But we are going to do another reading. If you missed the one we did last Tuesday, Your Next Move, definitely go check that out. Also go check out the other two we've done. But coming up on December 31st, set your calendar. I'll let you know when I schedule it, so you can hit the notify me button. Of course, it will be recorded if you can't join us live, but December 31st, 10 a.m. Central, Chris Reck and I are going to do another live together, and we are going to be talking about relationships in a bigger level for 2025. So that's going to be super fun. But it's all about connecting these dots all together, right? All right. So like we said, for Libras, this is your 9th house. What do we have for health and fitness for Leos? I mean, not Leos, Libras. I just said Libras. All right. Hydration. Wow. Interesting energy here. Oh, Veronica, really? You're really releasing your emotions. Cecilian says, your birthday. Oh, your birthday is December 31st, New Year's Eve. Happy early birthday, my Capricorn friend. Breath, body, and balance is loving it too. Great. So hydration for Libras is going to be really powerful. And this is a full moon. This is about watery energy. So maybe it's add in a little bit of extra hydration, but also maybe go take a nice salt bath, Libras. This could really help you with this energy, with balancing energy. Have you ever done one of those salt floats? Oh man, I don't make enough time for that, but for one of the new moons that I had near my birthday, I had a Cancer new moon. I think it was like a year and a half ago. I went and did a salt float during the apex of the new moon. Oh my gosh, it was so powerful, and the transformation that came through. You might be saying salt float, that's dehydrating, but it's the idea of getting in water and bringing in that balance. In Libras, you're all about balance. You're all about seeing both sides. So if your health is feeling a little out of whack, or your fitness needs a little adjustment to get back in shape, or to just shift things for your body, consider water. Maybe take up swimming, maybe go for a walk by the ocean. But this full moon in particular, you're being encouraged to be around water a lot. So that's really powerful, Libras. And then moving into, and I forgot to say, in regards to your, it being near your 9th house, it might be that energy of bringing water in to your spiritual work too, bringing in the emotional side to it, bringing in balance, releasing emotions. Maybe you do need to have a good cry for this full moon, Libras. If you have a nice, good cry, then make sure you go hydrate after that, right? Or you're staying hydrated. All right, moving on to the career and finance for Libras. We have patience, please. Okay, so this is interesting. Have you been really wanting to get things done with your work? Have you felt like things are just taking longer than they need to? Well, trust me, this has been going on for all of us. All of us have been feeling this energy because of this retrograde energy and just the energy in general. We've all been kind of waiting around for things to move forward. But the angels are encouraging you when it comes to something with your career and finance, please have patience, take your time, review your options. If you missed the beginning of this reading with the Celtic cross, please go read that again or go review it, because they talked about competing motives, like weighing all your options and getting really clear. Maybe the reason something is not moving forward with the career is because you have competing goals with somebody else, or even with yourself. Maybe you're doing too much at once and it's not allowing you to really focus. So slow down and really get clear on the, energy of bringing in balance. I think it is rhodonite, Jess. I think it is. And is it rose rhodonite? I think you're right. Yay! Gold star for Jess K. I thought it was an R. So yeah, super cool. Thank you. I don't know why that just escaped me, because normally I remember if it's something I purchased. But again, Libras, just make sure you're bringing in that patience, reviewing everybody's motives. Also, again, the final outcome of this Celtic cross was pretending there's not a problem or facing an issue. There may be something you're not giving attention to because you don't want to slow down and deal with it. That's where they want you to have the patience. If there's something not working, especially with career and finances, have patience. Go review the foundation. Go review your options. Get the information you need. Have the patience to get all the information. Review everybody's motives involved, and that's going to really help you with your career and finance. So again, not just jumping into opportunities. That was your key word, Libras, opportunity for 2025. A lot more information than 2025 videos, but we're all going to have a lot of opportunities. But for Libras, please be patient and review everything. Get all the information before you take these opportunities coming through the door. So for relationships for Libras, what do we have here? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. All right, so if this has to do with an actual romantic partner you want to call in, or somebody you've been thinking like, I don't know, could we be something? Use this full moon to acknowledge those issues. I'm getting, for some of us, it could be maybe you have a friend that you feel like maybe there's chemistry there. Maybe we could take this to a romantic place. But if it's not a romantic partner you're looking for, this is just having that romance for life. So like we were talking about earlier, for Virgos, it could involve just the romance of something involving your spiritual teaching, something you're learning about. For example, I know that when I started really tracking in my book of evidence all the messages from my angels, all the numbers, the dreams, that was a very romantic feeling. The idea that, wow, there's so much spiritual help available to us. And when we really get into divine flow, life is romantic, all areas of our life. So it doesn't necessarily mean for everybody watching that this involves an actual person. It could be, feeling that romance in everything you do. I even think of I love the holiday season. I love going all out with my decorating. I try to really enjoy the gift wrapping, the holiday music, the fun lighting in my house. And that makes me feel romantic, right? But for all involved. So just really bringing that romance into all your relationships and viewing life as romantic is going to really benefit the Libras. And again, taking your time with those things, having patience. So maybe you are calling in a romantic relationship or wanting to take a current romantic relationship to a new level. Just take your time with that, because this energy is very, I guess I should just say slow is the best way to say it. It feels like time is flying, but the energy is not moving as quickly as it seems. Oh, thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. Yes, Chris is so much fun to collaborate with and so easy. We always have a blast. It's so great to see all of you in there too. It feels like family. If you didn't check out his Chris Rec channel yet, please do. He released a new video on Tuesday that has so much gold in it. If you are starting a YouTube or podcast or just any creative project in general. But Chris has taught me so much. I'm a dent maker in his dent maker program, and he really gave away some gold in that video. So go check out the Chris Rec channel too. All right, moving on to the Scorpios. Scorpios, this is happening in your 8th house, which Scorpio rules the 8th house. It's death, transformation, intimacy, other people's resources. So this is a powerful, powerful full moon for you, Scorpios. You're going to want to do the work during this full moon, and check out your 2025 angel messages, because there was a lot of guidance around doing the work and putting the effort into relationships for Scorpios. So Scorpios, let's talk about your health and fitness. We have stay positive. Wow. Okay. So this is so in alignment. I'm just going to give you homework right now, Scorpios. go watch the 2025 angel messages when we're done here, or if you already have, go review them, because there was so much energy that supports this with your health and fitness. You've got to stay positive. We don't want to assume the worst. We don't want to get on WebMD and Google all the things that could be wrong with us. We want to stay positive. If you need to, consult your doctor, consult your healthcare professional if something's worrying you, but stay positive regarding your health and fitness. If you've set some new fitness goals for yourself, again, stay positive, be in divine flow, and have that patience with it. Just like the Libras were asked to have patience with their career and finance. I am getting for Scorpios, any kind of improving health that you're looking for, have that patience and stay positive. So really powerful messages there. And we'll probably get some clarifications as we move on to the other areas of your life, Scorpios, because again, with 8th house, that's transformation. So you may really get some great ideas with this full moon on how to stay positive regarding your health and fitness and transforming your health and fitness. And then for your career and finance is being affected by your love life, Scorpios. This card says the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So that's a really positive card. But when I see this card under career and finance, and I know that this full moon is happening in your 8th house, then there is something involving a romantic partner that's going to be affecting your finances, or currently is affecting your finances. Maybe you need to release something. Maybe you're overworking yourself, so you're not having that intimacy with your romantic partner, or vice versa. You've been so consumed by a romantic relationship that it's affecting, your relationships, where you, again, other people's resources, where maybe your boss feels like you're not really showing up the way you normally show up because you're so consumed with your love life. But for most of you, I'm not getting that. I'm getting for most of you, this is just really involving some kind of joint resource with a loved one, and that it is going to be improving. So it might be that maybe your romantic partner gets a job offer, or maybe you have decided like it's time for us to get married and move in together and share our resources. Let's combine our resources together. But it is going to affect your career and finances. Your love life is going to. If you're not involved in a romantic partner, it could be somebody coming in for you. We did get guidance in the Celtic cross about that, so check that out. This also, I'm getting for some of you, this is your love life with an animal in your life, maybe a dog or kitty or horse, that somehow the love you share for each other benefits you in a bigger way. And so definitely keep that in mind. This is why I like doing angel messages with this, because you never know the random messages that will pop in that you wouldn't get from a card or just the astrology, right? It's allowing that intuitive information to come in there. Okay. Yes, Veronica, we're sending you good wishes for that. Sending good energy for your dad. Good. I'm glad you're being there for him. Well, that's lovely, Veronica. That was the thing that they were talking about in the Celtic cross, right? All of us here watching this video now or later, opening our heart to those around us and getting that advice that we need to. All right. So that was the career and finance for Scorpios. Let's move on to relationships, which already had a ton of relationship guidance for Scorpios. But this is the card you have in that area, which is you deserve love. You are lovable. Scorpios, you are so lovable. You really are. And when you love somebody, they feel loved, right? So you've got to really embrace that you deserve this love. Now, this could be, again, involving a pet. This could be involving some other joint collaboration where maybe you need to realize you're really needed in that organization and that you can help others with their resources. So again, remember, 8th house is transformation. So you're transforming out of a place of not feeling worthy, and you're seeing, oh, wow, like I can really contribute to this group, or I can really help this person take their finances to a new level by incorporating my creativity and my love. So this is really, really great energy here. In fact, I'm going to ask all of you to write a pocket affirmation in, because we all deserve this. I am lovable. Write that in the pocket affirmation, in the comment section below that pocket affirmation. I am lovable. because you're very lovable. We want to affirm that. We're going to use this full moon to transform any feelings of not being worthy into I am lovable. I love that for you, Scorpios. So keep using that affirmation. You deserve it. All right. Moving on to the Sagittariuses. Hey, Sagittarius, this is happening in your 7th house of long-term relationships. This is marriage, contracts, open enemies, anybody that, you have a long time commitment with, right? So this could be your boss, this could be a colleague, a business partner. So think of those things. Do you have a business partner that, something needs to be released with? Let's dive into these messages here for the Sagittariuses. Your health and fitness first is meditation. All right. This is powerful. You're being asked to spend time in quiet meditation during this full moon. It will benefit your health. Now, what I'm also getting for Sagittarius out there, you're doing too much. You're overscheduled. You've got too much going on. So meditation is also holding space for your health. You might benefit from carving out time for yoga or some type of health routine, leisurely walks where you're turning off the electronics, you're just really going within. That's really going to benefit you, but definitely take that time. I know we're still in your birthday season right now. It's pretty busy, but this is also affecting your relationships. So because this is happening in your 7th house, maybe you are having a conflict with a business partner or a romantic partner, and taking time alone will help you find the solution there. So that's going to benefit your health, because if you're not sleeping or you're overworking your body, go look at your long-term relationships. Is there something that needs to be addressed there? We were being told in the Celtic cross that there is an issue all of us need to face, and we do have the support to face it. We just can't keep pretending there's not a problem, right? Yes, your schedule's busy. Oh gosh, yeah, the sciatic nerve stuff, that's hard, and that's definitely a sign we're overworking ourselves there. So meditation, Sagittarius, do that. Make time for that every day. Slow down. Take some things off your calendar if you can. I know that's hard, and it's especially hard for you guys because you guys always want to be everywhere all at once. But we're supposed to slow down and enjoy the season and enjoy your birthday season. I hope you're celebrating yourself too. All right, moving on to career and finance for the Sagittariuses. Here we go here. Just checking in. All righty. Sorry about that. Oh, look at this. It's your birthday season, and this is affecting your career and finances. You just can't make this stuff up, and I'm going to keep saying that because it's like it never gets old. It never gets old to see the synchronicities. So here we are in your birthday season, and this is affecting your career and finance. A significant birthday holds the answers to your questions. All right, so we're going to talk about your current birthday. How did it go? Or is it still coming up? Because we're still in Sag season till through next week. But there's something around your birthday that, if you had an epiphany, you had a realization, probably you didn't take enough time to celebrate is what I'm getting. Maybe you were too busy with work, too busy being there for your long-term relationships, because this is in your 7th house. All right. It's okay. There's still time. We're still in your birthday season. Even if you've already had your birthday, I want you to celebrate your successes, Sagittarius is, and please go check out your 2025 angel messages, because there was a lot around your career and finance, and something happened in or around a big birthday for you that made you realize things need to work. Things need to change with your work environment and with your long-term relationships. Okay. So whatever came to mind for you, take that time to meditate. This is something that needs to be handled, and this full moon is going to help you with that energy and help you face the issue, help you release the emotions around that. So moving on to the relationship guidance for Sagittarius. Again, this is in your 7th house of long-term relationships. What do we have here? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay, What was the first thing that came to mind for you? I am getting, for a lot of us, this is about taking a current relationship to a new level and waiting for the right time to do that. Maybe you're wanting to, take a relationship from dating to engagement or to marriage. Maybe this is, you want to seek that job promotion at work, but you know that you have to wait for the right time to ask your boss for it. It might mean you do want to start some kind of business partnership, or you want to dissolve some kind of business partnership and waiting for that right time to act on that. So but it's going to be important you do take action. Just start calling in the divine timing. And maybe it is, all right, you know what? By the end of May 2025, I want to be done with this job, right? Start making the planning now to do it, but you're not running out and telling your boss or your business partner that you're quitting today, right? You're waiting for that divine timing. You're getting loud and clear signs. Same thing with any kind of romantic partnership. If you're waiting to ask that person to marry you, or you're waiting to set a wedding date, or you're waiting to plan that honeymoon, whatever it is, do it when it feels right. And again, we were getting that guidance around celebrating yourself. So maybe you need to make that time to celebrate yourself with a loved one. Find that time. If your birthday didn't quite go the way you wanted, or you haven't made the plans, if it's coming up, find the time to plan it. Even if you have to wait a month or until the spring to celebrate, you need to celebrate this significant birthday. That's really going to benefit your relationships there. I'm going to get a sip of water real quickly. Okay. Moving on to Capricorns. Capricorns, this is happening in your sixth house. There we go. Daily work, routine, pets, health. So let's pay attention to that, Capricorns, because, this is really important to keep in mind as we approach your birthday season. Now, the sun is currently in your 12th house, but this full moon, which is where it's on the opposite sign, right, is in Gemini. So it's actually happening in your 6th house of daily work and routine. So right now, you're going to want to be reviewing, what does your daily life look like in 2025? What does it look like between now and the end of the year? Is it time to take some things off your to-do list? Is it time to outsource things? And really get clear on, where can you bring better health into those daily routines? Capricorns have been through this enormous transformation, and we need to remember we're supposed to be innovating the way we do things. Check out your 2025 angel messages, Capricorns. There were some powerful messages about this new era for you. So Capricorns, for your health and fitness, we have acceptance, all right? It says that we want to accept that everything is going in the right direction, okay? And because this is in the area of your daily routine, it may mean that a job does come to an end, or something with your health does change, and you need to accept that and address it and do the things to support that. Maybe it's you always did. I'll use one of my examples where I used to love doing kickboxing. I learned, not at a professional level, but for an exercise routine, I did kickboxing for a long time. And then I had an injury, and I had to accept the fact that kind of high impact was not for me anymore. And I started bringing in yoga on a higher level. I'd already been doing that, but I brought in like hot yoga and more leisurely walks. And I accepted the fact that I'm no longer in a place where I want to do something at that level, that kind of impact. So accepting something about your daily routine is going to help your health and fitness. And we'll get a little more clarity there. But again, 6th house, so maybe you're going to be affected by the cat distribution process. Are you familiar with that on TikTok? I love those videos. The cat distribution process, where at the moment you least expect it, a cat shows up in your life and they become such a great spiritual help to you, which happens all the time. There's so many testimonials, and I could give you many of my own where my animals find me, and you might have to accept the fact that a new animal is coming into your life to be a soulmate. All right, so we'll get some more guidance here. For career and finance, Capricorns, we have everything's okay. So we're supporting this card here, acceptance, everything's okay. So something is changing with your work, with your health, with your daily routine. Don't worry about it. We want to trust that we are in divine flow. It's all going to work out in a beautiful way. So maybe you recently learned about something with your work. You know, they're changing things at work, a position's being let go, something like that. Whatever is changing for you in your daily life because of this full moon, trust that it's all working out in a beautiful way. Everything happens for a reason, especially regarding your career and finance. But remember, we do have in the heart of this spread, if you missed it, we were talking about working with Archangel Azrael. So whatever this transformation is, trust that it's all working out, but you can ask for help with it being a more gentle process, with looking for the silver lining. Maybe you chose to leave a job and there's still grief around that because you did enjoy parts of it. You did enjoy some of your colleagues. You enjoyed some of your success there, but you're realizing it's time to leave it behind and grief is coming to the surface, but it's still in your highest interest. Work with Archangel Azrael on that, and definitely check out the beginning of this video if you need more clarity there. And of course, your 2025 messages have so much in there. And we have, for your relationships and romance and all relationships, let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. This is actually the guidance you got for all of 2025. So speaking of 2025 angel messages, this was the exact message you guys got. You are so determined to do things on your own. But what really catches my attention with this card is see how it's like the bride and she's letting her friends do her hair. I love that. And this is where you want to let your friends help you with these changes in your daily routine. Maybe you need to ask for somebody to, help you change your schedule. Maybe somebody goes with you to a doctor's appointment to get information. Maybe a friend is hearing you, letting you practice your pitch to your boss so things can change at work. Let your friends help you with all your relationships. Let them be a support for you. That's going to be really, really amazing for Capricorns. And again, you've gone through this huge transformation with Pluto in your sign for so long, and now it's in Aquarius. Just accept these changes in your daily routine, in your health and your work. Trust that everything is working out in a beautiful way, and reach out to those friends. You're not meant to do this all alone. You are leaders, Capricorns, so you tend to just do it on your own and not ask for help. But it's really important you ask for help and use this full moon to just release any pent-up emotions and get that help you need and that support you need. If you haven't already and you're joining, please hit that like button, share this video with anybody it resonates with. I really appreciate it. It helps my channel grow. And of course, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, I really appreciate it. And thank you to my subscribers that are always here in and out with us doing this fun stuff. We've got some new fun stuff coming up too. I haven't planned the live for this week yet. Just haven't had time to come up with a topic, but I will have my Wednesday live at the normal time, 11 a.m. Central, where we have a topic. Last week was daydreaming. If you missed that, go check it out. The benefits of daydreaming and how it grows your intuition. And then we do angel messages and I answer your questions. So I would love to see you there as well. Every Wednesday, usually 11 a.m. Central. I had to do it early last Wednesday because of appointments. All right, moving on to Aquariuses, or you could say Aquarians. I don't know why I like saying Aquariuses. Maybe just to make it tongue-tied, but for the Aquarius, the full moon is in your 5th house. All right. So this is creativity, romantic partnerships, children. This is a big one for you. There's something you're letting go of when it comes to a romantic relationship, a creative project. There's something you're releasing. It's no longer serving you. But let's get into your guidance here. For your health and fitness, Aquarians, for Aquarius, use your natural healing abilities. Wow. You guys, you do have a lot of natural healing ability, but are you taking the time to do it for yourself? Are you really doing what you need to do for your own health and fitness? Are you really being compassionate with yourself? You know, have you been putting off a health issue that needs to be addressed? Have you been putting off changing up your exercise routine so that you can feel better? And just trust that you can bring in that divine healing to help with it as well. What are you naturally drawn to with your healing abilities? Use that as well. Use it in tandem. If you do need to go get advice from a doctor, you can still bring in your natural healing abilities. I just had a meeting this week with a doctor that I won't go into too much detail, but I was surprised she was open to me using the homeopathic remedies I use. Oh, 9:44 now. Another angel number. We've been on for a while. Sorry. Oh, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm enjoying this, but I didn't realize it was going to take this long doing all 12 signs. But 9:44, another angel number. Check that out. But that was really interesting that my healthcare provider was so open to me doing these natural remedies that I am really drawn to. So that might be something you're considering, because she was very supportive of that and thought that it was a good idea to continue. That was surprising to me, and I wouldn't have known if I hadn't asked. And I was a little scared too, quite frankly. We've been conditioned to, not bring this stuff up in the medical world. So it was really a relief to hear a very traditional Western trained doctor be like, yeah, if that's helping you, keep going. All right, so moving on to career and finance for the Aquarians. Ooh. Business venture, trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. Okay, what's just come up for you guys in the recent past? Did somebody call you up and offer a job to you, or hint that they would be willing to offer a job to you? Did somebody say, hey, if you ever decide to leave that job, let's do something together? This is big. This is big. This is something, but you know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to release something. Something is going to have to go for you to make room for this new business venture. All right. So again, this is happening in your 5th house. It's some kind of creative project. It's something that's really exciting for you, and something that your heart loves. Remember, Leo rules the 5th house. So this is something you're going to love to do. So what are you doing right now that you don't love? What creative projects do you have resistance to? Look for something to really help you release that, and then bring in this opportunity. So just keep that in mind. There's something you Aquarians got to let go of. It's taking too much of your time, and it's keeping you from the creative projects you want to do. All right, everybody, give me an emoji in the comment section if you wouldn't mind about how you're feeling right now as we get closer and closer to this full moon. Even if you're watching this tomorrow or Monday, I'd love to hear how this full moon energy is treating you, and how excited are you about Mercury going direct tomorrow? Because I am super excited. Normally I don't make a big deal about it, but I've got trips I want to plan. I've got new projects I want to start, and I've been following the angels' guidance to take my time, review my options, reorganize, reevaluate. I've been doing all of that, but at some point you're like, let's just go. Let's just do this. Let's just get out of this stalemate energy here, right? All right, so let me know how you're all doing, and let's move on to the Pisces. Pisces, always so patient and amazing. Oh, wait, I didn't finish the Aquarians. I'm sorry. Feel free to call me out. I only talked about career and finance. I did not get into your romance, your relationships. It's not just romance. Since this is in your 5th house of relationships, especially romantic ones, how could I forget to do this for you guys? I'm sorry. I just got so focused on your career and finance. That was amazing. All right. I'm just excited about your new opportunities coming in. So you'll have to let me know. Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that. Strange Fruit 2311. That's a cool username, by the way. Okay, so here we go with our relationships. All right, this is not just romantic. This is business partners, bosses, children, right? This is all our relationships. there is some kind of codependent behavior here, and we want to release that. Okay, we need to look to see where we are allowing others to take advantage of our energy and it's no longer serving us. And again, especially if it's keeping you from those creative projects, because this is happening in your 5th house, if you're having to constantly be there for someone else who is not returning the energy, who is not supporting you in your endeavors, that's what needs to be released, because you're being kept from these new opportunities. And in a way, it's this self-fulfilling prophecy, because you're wanting to do what you feel is the right thing and be there for this person or for this project or for this, whatever this is that is creating this back and forth, and it's keeping you. Now, for some of you, it could be something you're actually doing to yourself. Maybe you're being a perfectionist about releasing a project. Maybe you're, you keep waiting for the right time. You keep telling yourself it's not the right time. But there is something here where you're allowing something to be a distraction. You're telling yourself it's not the right time. And the guidance here is to release that. It really is time to let go of anything that could be seen as codependency. I mean, codependency could be just, you feeling like, oh, well, I'm so tired at the end of every day. I just want to, sit on the couch and watch TV, when really that's becoming a little bit of an addiction. And you should be, I don't want to shit on you, but you have the opportunity to use that time to work on that creative project, right? Or to get out there and do something different that gets you away from that. But I'm really not getting that for most of you. That might be just somebody out there that needed to hear, hey, stop procrastinating. But for a lot of you, there is this relationship with somebody that is keeping you from these new opportunities. So work on releasing that with this full moon. This full moon energy is going to be there. Like I said, if you missed the Celtic cross, there's something we're avoiding. There's some stalemate energy that needs to be addressed with this full moon. It's going to be really valuable. All right. Thank you, Aquarians, for being patient with me, for almost forgetting to get to your romance there. Now we're moving on to the Pisces, patient Pisces, beautiful, lovely Pisces. This is happening in your 4th house of home and family and where you feel safe and secure. So this is going to be really important. In fact, for Pisces, you may want to stay home for this full moon. I'm not telling you what to do, of course. You listen to your own intuition, but we have gotten a lot of guidance around being very, going within, addressing issues. Resting is going to be really important, taking that time to rest. Strange Fruit said, wow, that Aquarius reading was so validating and affirming. You are so gifted and I can't thank you enough. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Well, it's because your energy's here too, right? Our teams, our spiritual teams are all working together, and there's power in unity, and that's what the angels want. So thank you very much, though. That makes my day. But for Pisces, I really feel like, if you can take some time to really nurture yourself, this is going to be good. In fact, you are being encouraged to sit down and binge Netflix if you want to, or go find some YouTube series. That is actually something for the Aquarians. It was like, hey, watch out for things that are distracting you from getting your creative projects going or going to the next level. Whereas Pisces, it's like maybe you're overworking yourself. But let's get into this guidance here for the Pisces. For your health and fitness, we have Easy Does It. I promise you, I did not know that card was coming. Okay. This is what is so amazing about doing this work with you guys, with our spiritual team. Everybody is all connected here, right? And it says Easy Does It. So your health will benefit from, getting on the couch, make your favorite snack, put on your favorite indulgent series. What have you been wanting? Like, what have you been saving up recorded episodes of? My husband and I will do that. Like something that comes out, we really want to watch it, but we're like, no, let's wait till there's like 6 of them so we can just sit when we have like a Sunday afternoon with nothing to do. Let me get some water real quickly. But yeah, Easy Does It. I love that, Pisces, for you guys. So that's going to benefit your health and fitness, especially during this full moon. We're all going to feel this full moon on a physical level. but also watch your thoughts because it is in Gemini, and just make sure you're being really careful to have those positive thoughts there. Veronica says, my Pisces sister is pregnant right now and in her 3rd trimester. I'll share this video with her. Oh, thank you so much, Veronica. And congratulations. That's so exciting. So exciting. And look, there's a baby right there on the card. All right. I love it. Congrats. So easy does it. Take your time. Let things unfold. This full moon energy, really, really interesting. And yeah, by the way, Veronica, I had my youngest on a full moon, so you might want to tell her that too. I know she's not ready, but that when I went in to have my youngest daughter, they were like, "Oh, we were about to tell you to go home because we're so full. It's a full moon." I was like, "What does that mean?" And they were like, "Oh no, I asked the nurses. A lot of babies born on a full moon." All right, so we're going to go to Pisces, having their career and finance addressed here with this card, the summer card. Ooh, I love this card. Isn't it pretty with all the flowers? It feels like summer looking at it. Everything that you're asking for becomes yours in the summer. Okay, so when I see this card, again, I don't take it super literally, but I am getting that for a lot of you, the release and relief you're looking for, the calming, peaceful energy you're looking for will come to its full fruition in the summer, but you first have to take it easy. You've got to start doing that right now. And anything that's stressing you out right now needs to be released, okay, to bring that in. And when it comes to your career and finance, there is something around work that, if you start doing the work now to let go of the things that stress you out, the things that are overworking you, then by the time you get to the summer, you're just going to have this amazing, peaceful energy. And again, please check out the 2025 angel messages. There was a lot of guidance around Pisces planning trips and traveling to benefit their career and finance. So maybe you need to plan a trip for the summer, or maybe you need to take a trip now or within the next few months that will, bring in new opportunities for work, maybe going to some kind of, conference or workshop where you meet other people that could really benefit you and bring you this slower energy. And again, it doesn't have to literally be summer, but I do often, when I get cards that talk about a season, I'll think about the timeline. And, since right now it's December, it's kind of that energy of like, give yourself a full 6 months to make these changes in your career and finance, right? Give yourself that full half of a year to get there, but don't wait, right? Don't pretend there's not a problem, and take it easy, take it slowly. I love that for Pisces. All right. And for relationships for the Pisces, Veronica says, I'm picking that up for myself as well as messages come in for me and telling me just purging doesn't serve me. Flourish in divine timing. Yep. May and June. Yeah, there we go. Veronica, beautiful. Yeah, that's why I always encourage, listen to all 12 signs, because the angels are going to know when you're listening. That's how efficient they are. They know when you're going to hear it. And so I always do that. I love that energy there. All right. For Pisces, true love is on its way. This is the romance of a lifetime. Isn't that beautiful? Well, this is where what I'm getting for the Pisces is some kind of worry you have over relationships needs to be released so that something real can be allowed to flourish. So there's something that either you're in a relationship right now and you're questioning, is this real because you've been hurt in the past, or you're still needing to release the fact that you always date a cheater or you always end up with the person who is codependent, whatever that is. You've got to release that to bring in this true love. And it sounds obvious, but honestly, it's harder than it's harder than it sounds, right? I mean, otherwise everybody would be in the perfect relationship. There is something that needs to be released so that you can call in this true love, or you can really trust in this true love. Did I talk about what area you try? I did. Pisces, 4th house. All right. So home and family. Yeah. Something around home and family. Just really bring in that sense of security and trust that love is, you deserve love, that their true love is available to you, and don't wait around for it just to show up. You've got to get out there. Like I said, in the 2025 messages, I go into great deal for all 12 signs about things to do to support you in 2025. And Pisces is going to have to get out there in a bigger way to bring this in, meaning travel and just communicating on a deeper level, doing things they love. But for this full moon in your fourth house, you are being encouraged to curl up on the couch, or just, if you do want to get away, get out there and do something you really love. And it's really going to be a real beneficial energy for all of you there. Since we just did all 12 signs, I do want to do one more bonus message just to pull this all together. I feel like that's always a beneficial thing to do for the collective. Sorry, it's getting blurry whenever I move my hand like that. So we just finished that, and I do really encourage you to listen to all 12 signs. If you missed the beginning, definitely go back. And then let's just pull one more clarification card for all of you here. Don't forget, my free full moon card spread is linked below as well. If you want to do just one more clarity reading, it gives you exact questions to ask from your cards, linked below. And of course, you can always sign up for my free newsletter at devondoer.com to get my gift for you, which is my ebook, Is It a Sign? And it gives you questions to help you clarify. It's on devondoer.com, by the way, if you want the free newsletter. And of course, I go live every Wednesday. So here's the clarification card. It literally jumped out of the pile. I don't normally take jumper cards, but this collective final message for all of you is Page of Fire. This is an amazing card. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. All right, so what you're going to need to do is take that time to journal with this energy before you go to bed tonight. Set intentions. In fact, what I'm being asked to tell you to do too is when you go to bed tonight, ask to get messages in your dreams, okay? Messages regarding around what needs to be released, and messages about these new creative opportunities, because it sounds like whatever you release with this full moon is going to bring in powerful new change. So remember to call on Archangel Azrael if you feel called to. Remember to set those intentions. Thank you all for being here. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.